A Scottsdale family is pleading for answers after husband and father Nick Cordova was killed at his Gilbert business at the end of last month.
A nightmare that began on May 27th, the day Nick Cordova was taken from his young family. Nick's wife, Alicia, now only left with memories like these. Videos of the day Big Brother Cruz held his baby sister, Capri, for the first time. Never imagining just a few years later, Nick would be killed in the middle of a video chat with his own family. Gilbert police is not saying how he died, but is investigating as a homicide. They released this video of one of the possible suspects. Police say Nick Cordova was found dead inside his business, Gilbert Air, at the end of last month. The two possible suspects were last seen near Cooper and Guadalupe, according to investigators.
All right, welcome back everyone. So here we are at Gilbert Air in Gilbert, Arizona. We are at the spot where Nick Cordova was shot down on May 27th by an unknown suspect. And we're gonna be talking about that person a little bit later. But right here with me today, I have Alicia Cordova, the wife of Nick, and she has been so kind to come out here this morning and share some thoughts with us on what's going on with the case and kind of where everything's at. And she's looking forward to getting as much information as she can out there to the general public to try to find out who these suspects are. We got a very clear shot of the first suspect over here about a quarter of a mile down the road on the corner of Guadalupe and Cooper at the Arco station. Police have released a short video clip of one of the suspects, and I'm sure all of you have seen that, but we are hoping that we can help Alicia and her two beautiful kids and her family to get the word out of who this person is that we see in this video clip, and hopefully we can help, you know, bring this person to justice. So here with me today is Alicia. We're gonna be going through a series of questions with her. She's gonna kind of let us know, you know, a little bit about background about what happened, and then, you know, kind of where we go moving forward. So anyway, I would like to introduce her, or let her introduce herself. So here with me today is the wife of Nick Cordova. Morning.
Hi. Morning.
Do you want to just go ahead and tell us, like, give us just a recap of the day? Like you were talking to him on the phone or FaceTiming, and
Yeah, so it's like a broken record. I feel like I've repeated this story 50 million times. It's just, I'm on like auto. So my kids, they wanted to call him to show him this trick that they learned on TikTok where you plug the charger into the wall 3 times and then you unplug it and you can plug your phone in and it'll charge without being plugged into the wall. My son thought it was just the coolest thing, and you know, anytime something cool happened, he'd have to call his dad. So they FaceTimed his dad on my daughter's phone, and I was doing stuff in the kitchen. I was kind of, you know, they were sitting in the hallway showing him like with it plugged into the wall, and he couldn't figure out how to do it. So my son was getting irritated. He couldn't figure it out. And the next thing I know, I hear my daughter say, something's going on, like something's wrong with dad. And so I grabbed the phone, and it was almost like you'd see in a pocket, or if somebody butt dialed, just like I could hear movement and rustling around and yelling, and I just instantly knew that something wasn't right. So I was panicking, and I couldn't remember the number for Gilbert Air, or the address to give to the police. So I called the police from my phone, dialed 911, and I'm sitting on the computer. My kids, I didn't even realize, but they were right behind me as I'm, you know, screaming into this phone, you know, whoever there is, like, I'm calling the police, leave him alone. And again, I couldn't see anything, but I just felt like something was wrong. Somebody was in there, something was happening. So I just kept saying, the police are coming, like, what's going on? And I finally find the address for 911, or not 911, but I find the address for Gilbert Air. I give that to them, and I tell my kids, like, get your shoes on, and my just instinct was to jump in the car and come down here. So I'm, you know, on the way here, I call my mother-in-law, my husband's mom, who is, she's her only son, and, you know, he was such a mama's baby. And So I call her and tell her, like, something happened. I don't know what's going on, but I think Nick got attacked. You have to come to Gilbert Air. So we get here, and when I get here, it's all taped off with yellow tape, and I had parked right behind where we are. I had parked just like right behind here, and there were police cars everywhere. And so I run this way underneath the tape, and two guys just come at me and say, you can't go in there. And I was like, well, where's the ambulance? You know, like, did you guys already take him to the hospital? Where is he? You know, is he still inside? He's okay. And they stared at me for what felt like 5 hours, and just this blank look in their eyes. And I was like, somebody tell me what happened. And finally, one of the detectives that was here said, he's dead. And I just fell to the ground, and I remember the ground just burning the shit out of my hands, and I just couldn't get up off the ground. And I'm standing here with two complete strangers who just told me that my husband's gone, and all I'm thinking is, like, there's no way, like, this cannot be happening. So they sat down and asked me a series of questions, and I just, you know, it's still just like, it's not, I mean, it's been a month, and I still don't feel like this is real life. You know, there was no one that would have wanted to hurt my husband. None of it makes any sense. I'm just at a loss for words of, you know.
Do you feel like, you kind of answered it there, but do you feel like there's any possibility, is it even in the realm of possibility that Nick had any kind of enemies out there that would want to hurt him?
I've been with my husband for 17 years, and we had a pretty open and honest relationship. I feel like if there were something shisty going on, I would have known about it. And my husband was, you know, just such a good man. There was no one that would have wanted to hurt him. He didn't have any enemies. I mean, you can look on social media or ask any of his friends. I mean, there's not anyone that has a bad thing to say about him. So this whole speculation about, you know, that, you know, maybe he was into something that he shouldn't have been and someone was after him, it's bullshit. There's absolutely no way.
Yep, I would have to agree with you. I mean, I don't know Nick personally, obviously, but I've done quite a bit of research within the last few days, and everything that I've been able to see points to a hardworking man that doted over his two beautiful little children, loved his wife, and was just, you know, just a straight up good guy. I mean, I saw some of the reviews with the air conditioning business, you know, him going out and helping people that couldn't pay. You know, he said, no problem, you know, this one's on me or whatever. Just seemed like a really outstanding guy. And
he was. And
so basically, what are your thoughts on, I mean, having said that, you know, if he has no enemies, I mean, are you just 100% completely at a loss then as to what happened?
The Gilbert PD is, you know, doing everything they can to try to find the man that's, you know, shown in the video, and hoping it'll be a domino effect. Once they find him, he tells us who the other person was with him, and, you know, if there was somebody behind this, or, you know, the reasoning behind it. Yeah,
and having said that, Alicia, you mentioned to me yesterday about kind of the timeline. You know, it doesn't seem like those guys or this perpetrator that we see in the short clip at the store, that they were here for very long. It was kind of like they were in and out, huh? Can you give us kind of a time frame on that?
So we FaceTimed my husband at 5:25. I went back and checked the timestamps, and it was maybe 5:28 when my daughter said something wasn't right, and I was on the phone with the 911 at 5:30, and the video down the street, if you look at the timestamp, is 5:33. So they were in and out of my husband's shop in 5 minutes. And you don't come into a building and rob the place or try to sell R22 or whatever they were doing here, and you're in and out in 5 minutes. Nothing was said. My husband was on the FaceTime call. He never said, oh, I'm on a meeting, or it didn't seem like he was talking to anyone. The way it happened, the way these guys just came in and just took him out, it doesn't make any sense. I didn't hear any words exchanged, just, you know, my husband obviously fighting for his life.
Yeah, and you know, you're in shock at that moment, and those are times where, you know, it's probably a little fuzzy, but I was just curious if I just talked to the office manager a little while ago. She said she left about a half hour before all of this happened. So was there anybody else in the room with your husband or in the building?
Yeah, his business partner was here with him at the time.
Was he hurt or killed or anything else? Or?
No, he is alive. And as far as I know, he wasn't hurt. He did say that he thinks that he was maybe hit with something or he was knocked out, but that's as much information as I have.
That's about it. Okay. So I was just curious if, if anybody else was here. Is his business partner, is he kind of one that, is he a hands-on guy? Is he somebody that spends a lot of time here at the office or?
No, his partner is a silent partner. So he's just kind of more of, he's just kind of behind the scenes man. And my husband was the one who literally built this company. He bought it in 2018, 50-50 partnership with his business partner. And he was here, 7 o'clock in the morning until midnight sometimes. I'd FaceTime him and be like, you need to come home,
Yeah.
So he put everything into this company, building it from the bottom up. And this was his life. He wanted to build up this company and then, turn it around and sell it and be home with his family more. He had this whole 5-year plan of, what he was going to do. And it's just awful that we never get to follow through with that plan. So these are Nick's tribute shirts. Cactuses, obviously, because we are Arizona natives. And fudge yeah was just something that he said all the time. He would try not to cuss in front of the kids. And so he'd always say, fudge yeah, man, or something, when something was cool. Justice for Nick Cordova is our hashtag, for him. And then on the back, this is him. And then his infamous Dodge. He is really into like vehicles and toys, and this truck turned into like a project thing for him, and it's been in Texas for 3 years getting performance work done. And everyone just talks so much crap to him. When are you going to get your truck back? When are you going to get your truck back? So it was only fitting to put that in, and I'm going to get that truck back. I've been in contact with the guy, and I'm like, finish that, and I want it back.
Heck so, yeah, well, that's something you're going to have to keep forever.
Yeah. We're going to keep it for my son, and I'm going to, I know his dad would have wanted him to have that truck.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Alicia, I want to thank you again for your time today. I know your time's very valuable, and I know how desperate you are to get this story out there, and for people with anybody that has any kind of information, to come forward, to call Silent Witness. Is there anything you want to say in regards to that?
Just, if you know this man, I just beg you to come forward. If not for my husband, for my children, for me, for my family, we need answers. We need some sort of closure. Someone needs to be held accountable for their actions, and I just beg somebody to come forward.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my heart goes out to you and your family and your children, and I know everybody that's going to see this video is I speak on behalf of all of them. Alicia, on that. Back everyone, so here we are at Gilbert Air, right here at the corner, close to the corner of Guadalupe and Cooper Roads in Gilbert, Arizona. This is the spot where Nick Cordova was found murdered. They are looking for this suspect right here. I happen to see it on the post office box here. So. So you can see that suspect that is on that flyer right there is at the Arco station just down the street that we just came from. So we're going to continue to follow this case. It's a very interesting case. This is kind of a quiet little neighborhood where something like this could happen, but I do see security cameras around. So I would be shocked if they don't have a lot of footage of what happened. I see some over there on that building. I see some right here on Gilbert Air as well. You can see it right there on top. So there's no reason why they shouldn't have some very good footage of what happened, unless they say the cameras weren't working. So anyway, continue to follow us, everyone. quick question for you. Is Randy here?
No, he's not here.
Did he already got off?
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping to talk to him regarding the night that Nick Cordova was killed.
Oh.
And the suspect came into this store.
And you are?
My name's Tyson Draper. Yeah, I run a YouTube channel.
Oh,
Yeah, Randy doesn't come till midnight.
Midnight?
Well, he comes in. What time does he work tonight, or is he off? Like,
Oh, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
for number 4.
he's off Monday and Tuesday, honey.
He's off Monday and Tuesday?
Yes,
And he's the cashier that was here when the suspect came in, correct?
he is the
Oh.
cashier. I'm the store manager.
Oh, you're the store manager? Okay, it's nice to meet you. I'm Ty
Yeah,
Draper. Yeah, and I run a
Hi.
YouTube channel, and we follow true crime stories. And we're covering this. We just met with Alicia Cordova, the wife, over here at Gilbert Air. We did an interview with her. I was hoping to talk to Randy, but maybe you could answer the question. I was just curious if the suspect came in when he got gas. Did he speak English?
1460,
How much?
I would have to ask.
1460.
Because
Did they
Randy
go
was
up?
the one
Yeah,
up here, and I was in the back.
You were in the back? Okay, so yeah, there's a little bit of controversy if this individual is Hispanic or Native American, and so we're trying to find out if he, said, hey, I'll take $10 in gas, or if he just kind of like motioned. I mean, the video, it was kind of hard to tell if he actually said anything,
Yeah, because
so.
I see Randy up here, and he kind of looks back to make sure what pump.
Yeah, because the guy was just kind of like
Yeah.
pointing, and
Exactly.
kind of like he didn't know English, but
I don't know. I could call him. He's probably asleep because he just got off the graveyard.
he's probably asleep by now, huh? Okay. Well, I came actually yesterday, and I talked to another gentleman, and he said Randy was coming in, but where I'm staying is like 20 miles from here, so I couldn't come all the way back. So I'm like, well, maybe I could catch him in the morning, but
Let me throw him a text, and as soon as he receives, you want me to leave him a number, and you guys. can
that'd be
talk.
great. That would
I
be
would just need to ask permission if I can get on.
not a problem at all.
Still haven't got the bags.
They're working this case, and the guy that came and stood actually right here.
Was he the killer, or he was the driver?
So they're saying that the other guy, the driver, was actually the one that pulled the trigger. So, but this is all stuff that I don't know why. I've covered a lot of these cases, and I've never seen law enforcement this tight-lipped. They won't even give us a description of the vehicle, even though your cameras caught it. Gilbert Air, I already know what it is. I know what the vehicle make and model was. Thank you so much, lady. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye. Okay, so there we have it. We kind of got a little bit of information from the cashiers there. We are going to wait and see if the cashier will call me, the cashier that was on duty that night, to see if that person knew English, and hopefully, she took my number, so she's going to give it to the cashier. I want to talk to the cashier and see what took place that night. So anyways, stay with us, everybody. We're going to continue to follow this case. We are going to seek justice for Nick Cordova.